Coming up on This Week in Torrance, the Torrance Fire Department's Assistant Chief is honored for his 26 years of service. Then an artist is painting a memorial of Kobe and Gianna Bryant. We'll tell you where. Plus, local first responders make a special visit to seniors. We'll tell you why. And the Torrance Roseboat Association gives thanks to volunteers at their annual celebration. These stories and much more just seconds away. Your local news starts right now. Hello and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. Jin Chun has the week off. Thanks so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. Torrance Fire Department's Assistant Fire Chief Stephen Treskes was honored for his dedicated service, keeping the community safe for 26 years. Stephen Treskes was honored by the Torrance City Council and Torrance Fire Chief Martin Cerna. They recognized his accomplishments with the department that began back in 1989 when he first was an auxiliary firefighter. Then he went on to get hired by the City of Hawthorne Fire Department as a firefighter, where he became trained as a paramedic. In 1993, he returned to the City of Torrance as a firefighter. During his time in Torrance, Treskes was a natural leader. He was praised for his work ethic, enthusiasm, and professionalism. He served as a paramedic, an engineer, and in 2000 was promoted to fire captain and worked as a hazardous materials captain for 16 years. His contributions while serving on the Fire Suppression Advisory Committee and the Multi-Casualty Incident Committee helped in creating the department's guidelines for responding to structure fires and large-scale EMS incidents. In 2017, he was promoted to Assistant Fire Chief and was assigned to the Communications and the Public Affairs Division. Later, he was reassigned to Emergency Response and Training Division. Torrance Fire Chief Cerna says Treskes is someone who has truly admired over the years.
I really do miss you on a regular basis. I appreciate your leadership. I highly respect you as a person, and I look forward to I wish you a long fulfilled retirement with your family, and look forward to hearing what's next for you along your journey. So on behalf of the men and women of Torrance Fire Department in the City of Torrance, congratulations, and I wish you and your family well.
Thank you. It's not just the Torrance Fire Department. It's a legacy fire department for me. I was privileged enough to have a father and an uncle before me that worked for the fire department here in Torrance, where I got to see the camaraderie, the friendships, the professionalism, and just spurred me to want to always come work for the Torrance Fire Department. My heroes worked here, and Chief Cerna said back in 1993 that dream came true, and I was able to work with the guys that I always put on a pedestal, and it's just been amazing. It's been a dream come true.
Treskes also thanked Torrance Police Department and recognized the unique relationship the two departments have. He honored his firefighting family for being in the council chambers to honor him. Officials say Treskes raised the bar for future members of the Torrance Fire Department. Treskes' son is a new firefighter in the City of Torrance, making their family the first third generation to serve the Torrance Fire Department. He hopes to spend more time with his family during retirement. Also at City Council, Torrance Refinery employees were commended for their dedication to supporting local youth. The Torrance Refinery League of Black Professionals Mentoring Program was honored for their impact on North High School's Young Black and Educated Club. The program offers a space to safely discuss and explore topics unique to black communities in America. It has benefited the mentees and helped their families, exposing students to tools and skills they can use to shape their current life and future. The program came about after Councilman Milton Herring, Torrance Unified School District Superintendent Dr. George Mannon, and Mike Mitchell, a fourth-generation Torrance Refining Company employee, identified a strong need for mentors and role models for the youth in the city. Torrance Refinery League of Black Professionals is comprised of refinery professionals.
Each one of them, these mentors, have a unique story and path to success. No one individual with the same experiences or journey, which allows them the agency to advocate and share their expertise and insight as they speak into the lives of our students and help them find their own voice.
I just want to continue this support from the council, the city, and we want to do great things with the kids. So thank you so much.
The Torrance City Council will be dark for the next 2 weeks, returning on Tuesday, February 25th. Los Angeles public health officials are warning the public about places in West Los Angeles where measles patients may have traveled to. 5 new cases of the measles was confirmed by the LA County Department of Public Health, which released a lengthy list of places where the public could have been exposed to the virus, including one location here in Torrance. Red Wing Shoe Store, located on 18533 Hawthorne Boulevard, was one of the places listed as a potential site during the outbreak. The agency says anyone who is not immunized or is unaware of their immunization status, who visited any of the sites during the dates and times listed, could be at risk for developing measles from 7 to 21 days after being exposed. The dates range from January 26 to February 1st. Those who have been symptom-free for more than 21 days are said to no longer be at risk. For more information, or if you have concerns, you can dial 211 or go online to publichealth.lacounty.gov. A Torrance Area Chamber program that focuses on developing strong leaders across the South Bay kicked off recently. This month, the Chamber's Leadership Torrance class experienced History Day. Each member was able to gain a better understanding of their community and the history behind it. The class visited the Torrance Historical Society, took a tour of the Banning House and the Dominguez Rancho Adobe. The program gives opportunities to emerging leaders to take an active role towards building a stronger community. The mission is to develop effective leaders by encouraging community connections through partnerships with city leaders and local businesses. Participants attend 9-day-long excursions over a 6-month period. They network with Torrance and South Bay businesses, city, county, and state officials, and other South Bay organizations. For more information, go to torrancechamber.com. Are you already giving back to the community? Well, you can also participate in a city campaign. The Torrance Serves Campaign is happening now through February 16th, and city officials are looking for people to pledge their service hours. Community members can pledge online and complete their hours sometime in 2020. The goal is to empower people and bring volunteers together for service projects that honor the spirit of giving, public service, and volunteerism. The goal this year is to reach 150,000 pledged community service hours, and nearly 44,000 hours have been pledged so far. It's also an opportunity for the city to honor service leaders of the past and present. Torrance Serves aligns with Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service. People are encouraged to perform random acts of kindness. Participants are also encouraged to post on social media using related hashtags and downloading the You Got Served postcard and making it their profile on Facebook. Last year, the city surpassed its goal of 100,000 hours. To learn more, go to torranceca.gov/serves. Well, the Western Museum of Flight announced they are currently creating a special exhibit on women in aviation. The Women in Aerospace exhibit hopes to develop an interactive space where young girls can identify and explore all of the career choices available to them in the world of aerospace. It will enable them to explore the subject at their own pace and to concentrate on those specific fields with aerospace. Each area will provide more detail as they continue to explore. So far, it will feature Gwen Shotwell, SpaceX President and CEO, Kathy Warden, Northrop Grumman President and CEO, candidate women astronauts for NASA's future moonwalk, Tiara Fletcher, Boeing Space Launch Engineer, and Jeannie Swikowitz, a B-2 Spirit pilot. If you are interested in sponsoring the program, contact Cindy Maka, the director of the Western Museum of Flight, at cm@wmof.com. They are looking for sponsors to help with the cost to make this exhibit come to life with artwork, software for touchscreen, and materials to separate space within the museum. The Western Museum of Flight is a nonprofit educational institution dedicated to preserving and displaying aircraft history and artifacts of Southern California's aviation heritage. They are open Tuesday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. They hope to open it by December 2020. Well, the Torrance Transit team stopped by at El Camino College recently to give back. The Torrance Transit Department, through its recent Stuff a Bus campaign, collected $1,200 in monetary donations for the Warrior Pantry at El Camino College to help combat food insecurity. Transit staff, including Transit Director Kim Turner, presented the check to El Camino officials. The annual Torrance Transit Stuff-A-Bus event was in partnership with the Del Amo Fashion Center, Torrance Police and Fire Departments, Torrance Women's Club, and El Camino College Warrior Pantry. More than 2,187 toys were collected as well during this year's Stuff-A-Bus campaign. The gifts were donated to the Torrance Family Crisis Center, Torrance Police and Fire Toy Drive, and the Torrance Del Amo Rotary Club. Homeowners are reminded that easy money could be waiting for them simply by asking. Los Angeles County Assessor Jeff Prang reminds the community about the homeowner's exemption, which reduces a property's taxable assessed value by $7,000. Now, as long as the property is the primary owner's place of residence as of January 1st, the result could be a $70 savings on the annual tax bill. Homeowners only need to apply once in order to receive these savings each year, which could continue until the property is sold. The deadline to file a claim is coming up shortly. You must file by February 15th to receive the full year-long savings. To get more information, you can go online to assessor.lacounty.gov. The Torrance Police Department recently announced its program that gives community members a hands-on experience of what it's like to be a police officer. The Torrance Police Department Spring 2020 Partners in Policing class is now open. It takes place from March 5th through May 21st. The program is open to all Torrance residents, people that work in Torrance, and anyone else that has affiliations with the city. Partners in Policing is a community awareness program that educates and allows people to walk in the shoes of an officer and experience hands-on exercises relating to the duties, services, and responsibilities of policing. Classes will be held every Thursday for 12 weeks from 6 to 8 p.m. As of this date, Torrance Police have graduated 44 classes, totaling more than 1,000 community members. Registration does fill up quickly, so if you're interested, head to torranceca.gov/police. Well, still ahead, we'll tell you how a library event got children in the community excited about science. Plus, there's a new business that is offering extra help to make sure students get a head start in reaching future goals.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
A local organization is given the highest honor by a parent-teacher association. The Volunteer Center South Bay Harbor Long Beach was presented with the Honorary Service Award by the Torrance Council of PTAs at their meeting and award ceremony recently. The Torrance Council of PTAs consists of 17,421 members. Council President Denise Spellman shared that the Volunteer Center epitomizes this special award and serves as an inspiration for all that it has accomplished in the South Bay. They also recognize the efforts they have made in mental health awareness and screen time education, along with outstanding service to children and youth. This award is the highest honor given by the PTA organization, recognizing an individual or organization for outstanding service to the students and families in the community. Journey of Faith, one of the center's community partners, was also honored with this award. You can learn more about Torrance Council of PTAs.org. Well, the Torrance Rosefloat Association celebrated bringing home the Princess Trophy with a special dinner. The event was a culmination of all the hard work that was put into bringing the 2020 Torrance Rosefloat alive. The 49th annual celebration dinner took place at the Toyota Meeting Hall and offers a way to say thank you to all 280 volunteers who put endless hours of work into decorating the float. City staff and officials were also recognized for their support. This year's float was called Our Garden of Hopes and Dreams. President Bev Finley from the Torrance Rose Float Association talked about the long-standing tradition of this organization and their participation each year.
I think it's very important because, first of all, the founding father of our city put the first float in the parade, so he thought it was a good way to promote the city, and I agree with that. The parade is seen worldwide. So, actually one of our council members' family moved to Torrance because of the Rose Parade, and there are a lot of people who do that.
Finley also said the event gives volunteers another chance to see each other before beginning work on next year's float. The Princess Trophy is given to a float that has the most outstanding floral presentation among entries 35 feet and under. This year's event was emceed by Robin G. and float supervisor June O'Neill, who you saw in our coverage of the parade. At the dinner, there was a silent auction, an opportunity to sign up to become a member, and participation in an opportunity basket, to name a few. You can sign up for the Torrance Rose Float Association e-newsletter at torrancerosefloat.org. Well, in an effort to spark a love for science, a mad scientist helped children discover scientific properties in a fun way. During the month of January, the Torrance Library promoted science, and this year they teamed up with the STEM company, Mad Science. This presentation, held at Walteria Library, was one of 6 45-minute shows held throughout the Torrance libraries. It was a fun and interactive presentation using household items to teach kids scientific theories like the principles of air and pressure and the exploration of the science of sound. Mad Science aims to spark lifelong imagination and curiosity through science for over 30 years. Now the library was able to share that spark with more than 500 participants throughout the month, thanks to the generosity of the Friends of the Torrance Library.
In the country were not able to pull this apart because air pressure is two things. Air pressure is very heavy and air pressure is very strong.
All their experiments were very innovative. The vortex was really awesome. Basically, it teaches kids science and it piques their interest to want to learn more. I hope and look forward to more of these events.
To keep up with free educational events happening at Torrance libraries this February, including Valentine's Day themed activities, go to torranceca.gov/library. Another tribute to the late Los Angeles Lakers icon Kobe Bryant was created right here in Torrance. The artist known as Rask Opticon created this life-size mural on Crenshaw Boulevard near Sepulveda at 310 Liquor. The store owner reached out to the artist to commission it. The owner and Opticon both partnered to come up with what they would want on this wall. The large purple memorial depicts the famous image of Bryant when he celebrated his 5th title after winning the 2010 NBA championship over the Celtics in Game 7. The mural also shows an image of Gianna Bryant and her father. Opticon is using spray paint to create the artwork. He says it's 16 feet high and 20 feet wide.
Like I'll probably do another one on the other side of the store as well. And what's going to happen also, right above Kobe, the main central point, it's going to say Mamba mentality. And right on the right side of the building, it's going to have the list of all the people that passed away, all the 9 people that passed away from Kobe to the pilot. Because not just before Kobe passed away, Nipsey Hussle, rapper / actor, he passed away, and that kind of helped bring LA together a little bit. But Kobe Bryant now, he's bigger, people know him more, and that really brought a lot of people together.
You can follow Opticon on social media at Rask Opticon. A beloved tradition continues for a senior community in Torrance. Our reporter Claudia Bermudez has more from the Brookdale Senior Living.
For the last 9 years, Sally Broomfield has called Brookdale Senior Living her home.
They've helped many of us. They pulled me out of the garden twice.
Broomfield has witnessed firefighters coming to help out a number of times.
They do a great job for us. They show up when we fall down. They're not allowed to help us up here. So here come these great big 6-footers, and boy, do our eyes sparkle when they come in.
To give back to their local heroes, the center is having their annual breakfast with firefighters. Wondering why this fire truck is parked outside of Brookdale Senior Living, residents here are showing Torrance firefighters their appreciation in a tasty way. Did you have breakfast today?
I didn't just yet.
But breakfast isn't the only thing on the menu.
We want to hear their stories. They are not forgotten. We want to make sure that, just once again, we appreciate them. We want to hear how their lives has been, and because that's going to be us in the future.
A future Torrance Fire hopes to share together.
We want to continue the tradition of having breakfast with our elderly residents.
A tradition over 10 years old and inspired from the heart.
The first responders here have had a tradition of, they've had their grandparents live here and they've had their parents live here. So it's really been a nice connection, and we just went forward and started this tradition, and it's continued ever since.
Different conversations were shared over omelets and French toast. But for Broomfield, who's in charge of welcoming new residents, one important thing stands out.
What was available and what we did and what we should do to be prepared in case of an emergency.
Others just wanted the firefighters to know how much they mean to them.
Don't know what we would do without them. I mean, here they even went to Australia to fight the fires.
As for Broomfield, she can't wait for her local heroes to walk into the building again.
They do a wonderful job, and we appreciate you guys for checking us out.
Thanks so much, Claudia. Brookdale Senior Living is located on Torrance Boulevard, east of Prospect Avenue. A new business is now open, offering extra help to students to succeed in education. Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce celebrated the opening of Best in Class Education Center in Torrance, located at the Anza Plaza on the corner of Anza Avenue and Delamo Boulevard. The owners are local to the South Bay and say the center offers educational services that focus on critical thinking and problem solving in an individualized setting. They focus on math and English in small groups, offering it to K through 12 grade students. County and state officials also recognize the owners for bringing this type of business to the city.
About 20 years ago, when we moved here to this area, we've been kind of taking around our kids for different classes and activities, and this has been home. So as I ventured into bringing some educational services, this is the place that I wanted to be, because we really value the education and we wanted to bring the best to the local community.
What we focus on is understanding what their individual needs are, beyond school, and helping them with it. So for example, in English, we focus a lot on creative writing as one example, essay writing, deductions, analysis, and really try to strengthen them for college.
Education is a passion for the owners and wanted to bring the Best in Class Education Center presence to the South Bay. Customers will take an assessment before experts decide how to individualize their needs. Best in Class first opened in 1995 in Seattle and now serves more than 30 communities across the United States.
Our city is really, really well versed with our schools, and we have such great schools, and every tool that we have for our kids to help them succeed makes our city a better place to be. So I'm really proud of businesses like this coming to our city.
Best in Education is open only on Thursday and Saturday. They plan to expand soon. They've been open for 3 months now. Now, let's check in with Leslie Robbins on what's new and exciting in local sports. Leslie, what do you have for us?
What's up, Ben? Coming up on the sports desk, the new Torrance High football coach joins me in studio. South High Wrestling earns another consecutive dual title, and on the hardwood, league titles are at stake as the final week of the regular season is here. All of that plus so much more. Be sure to watch every day at 4 and 9:30. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you so much, Leslie. Folks, I've been doing this show 20 years now this week, and it has been a true joy, and it's gone by so fast, and I just want to keep on keeping on. Thank you so much for watching. That does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.